Friends, put your hands together to welcome on stage Quizmaster Pickbrain.
Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you. You're with me, Pickbrain, here today on YCC 2020's Industry Awareness Quiz. We're going to be bringing to you the third semi-final in our series that we've been playing out for you. Over the last couple of days, you've seen the first two semi-finals. We, of course, had a young Roshan winning the first one from Hindustan College of Arts and Science from Coimbatore as he went into the big final. In our second semi-final, we had a young lady from Cochin, from the Rajagiri Center for Management Studies, Sri Lakshmi, qualifying into the big final. We've got three contestants here today in our third semi-final. We had a young lady, Narmada, who had to get in. She was from Bangalore, but unfortunately she had to drop out in the last minute as she could not get through. And we will therefore play out this final with three of our contestants. I'm going to introduce them to you and then move on with our final here today. But before we really move into the quiz itself, the YCC platform has been an amazing initiative created by Skillablers to bring together individuals, industry and institutions to lay the road for people in terms of the future and what to expect, and not really live in a gloom of uncertainty. I think that was an outstanding concept. The participation has been phenomenal. We've had close to about 20,000 youth take part in these panel discussions and an equally large number in the quiz that has run as a parallel track to these lovely panelists who have been sharing their views and providing solutions rather than just thoughts to these young students and the youth. But here today, while we believe that this platform is to cater to the youth across India, well, did I say India? We've gone beyond India with the participation, and one of those who's participated from outside of India has made it to our lineup here today in the top 16. So on semi-final 3, let me start by welcoming and introducing you to our finalists here today. As our first finalist, joining us all the way from the Henley Business School from Berkshire in the United Kingdom is Sylvian Patrick. Welcome to you, Sylvian. Lovely to have you with us all the way from the United Kingdom. It's really nice to see how the internet can bring together people from across continents into one platform on a beautiful digital quizzing experience. From right down south, not too far away from where Sylvian hails from, is our second contestant here today, Hariharan Sivakumar from the lovely city of Coimbatore. And he is a student of a very prestigious institution, the Coimbatore Institute of Technology. Welcome to you, Hari. And as our third contestant from the fabulous coastal region of India, from the beaches of Manipal, qualifying here today as our third finalist is Shubham Goyal from TAPME as our third contestant. Welcome to you, Shubham. We are truly delighted and we draw great pride and pleasure in presenting these quizzes to you on our new digital platform which we've created. Obviously, accelerated the creation over the last 90 days just to be prepared to ensure the world of quizzing still progresses in a way where it is fair and equally inclusive for people all over. But the word inclusive just got explosive with Sylvian taking part from the United Kingdom, and that is only a reflection of what this medium can do. As far as the game is concerned, I'm going to have 20 questions for you. I'm going to have 16 questions for you across 4 rounds, which will be all on the buzzer. And then we've got a rapid fire, which is a team specific. So you're going to have buzzers playing out for all those 16 questions in the first 4 rounds, with 4 questions in each of the rounds. You get a plus 50 if you get it right. You get a minus 50 if you get it wrong. On the buzzer, 1 attempt is allowed per question, whoever buzzes first. The questions on your screen will include the industry from which the questions are being asked. So you might want to have an eye on that just to contextualize your answer before you frame your final opinion and push that buzzer in. So if you folks are ready, we are ready to get started with semi-final 3 at YCC 2020's Industry Awareness Quiz. Time for us to pick action with what we call Industry Insight. Here it comes. You're going to pick action with the first question. All of you hands on the buzzer as we get started on your screen. From the world of aviation, here we go. Markel Block. Oh my God. Hari Haran, even before I could ask anything, is off in a flash. Markel Block is all I said. Go ahead, Hari Haran. You got to switch on your mic, and yes?
So basically this is Dassault. So Dassault is the recent company which came up with Rafael. So this is Dassault who went on to found the company Dassault.
And your overall answer is Dassault Aviation, from the world of aviation. Yeah. Hari Haran Shivakumar from Coimbatore in super quick form. 50 to you as you get that right. As we go to the next one, from the world of fashion on your screen. Here we go. Sorry, from the world of media on your screen. This is a famous magazine which was shut down by a famous group because it did not make money. It was growing in popularity, yet on a pure business call, this media house decided to shut it. The name of the magazine, the Illustrated Weekly of India. Which media house, known for its pragmatism, decided to exit popular media vehicles despite the growth in numbers purely on business counts? Very popular media giant from India. Khushwant Singh at a point in time was the editor of this magazine. Is someone going to take a chance? Not too many Indian groups have had a history long enough in media. And if Khushwant Singh was the editor, it would go back fairly in time. Nobody taking a chance on that one. Well, seems to be a different generation question, and that stumps our 3 youngsters here today. The answer is something that they'll probably kick themselves on. The Times of India Group. Well, as simple as the Times of India would have got you a 50. As we go on to the next one, hands on the buzzer, question on your screen. Identify a person from the world of sport. Here it comes. It's a big clue. It's an absolute close-up to someone playing at the Wimbledon. It was called the Bruche. Sylvian is taking a shot. You got to identify a sports personality or a sports champion from the world.
Yes. Is it Roger Federer?
We'll give you a minus 50. Well, known for her statement on fashion every time at Wimbledon. This Bruche, as it was called, was actually sported by Serena Williams. That's actually Serena on an absolute close-up on your screen, wearing that with lovely diamonds on it. Style statement on the center court of Wimbledon. As we go to the next one, and 1 on 50, 1 on minus 50, the tensions will start to grow. As we go to the final one, on your screen in this round, careful on the question. From the world of manufacturing, here it comes. This is an extremely important statistician. He contributed immensely to the world of manufacturing and the world of quality. He is an immortal name in the world. Hari Haran is taking a shot at it. Go ahead, Hari.
So I'll say Deming. This is the guy Deming, after whom Deming Award is named after.
This is Deming, and it's after him that the Deming Awards or the Deming Medal is given. That actually is a close-up of the Deming Medal. 50 again to you, Hari Haran. So he moves on to 100, and he's playing the game well here today. He's got on to 100 in the first frontier. We'll be back with you after a very quick break. You stay with us, and then I'll tell you where the teams stand. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're with me, Pickbrain, here today on YCC 2020's Industry Awareness Quiz, the third of our semi-finals. With us here today are three contestants, one from Coimbatore, one from Manipal, and the other from all the way Berkshire in the United Kingdom. And leading the quiz is the young lad from Coimbatore on 100. Sylvian from the United Kingdom is on -50, and Shubham yet to score. As we move on to the second frontier, industry expressions coming up now. As we come up with the first one, hands on the buzzer. Here we go. A tire brand in India had a problem with this muscle man. Which company? Hari Haran has gone for it.
So I guess this is Ambuja Cements.
Your answer is Ambuja Cement. Clever. He saw the category. Otherwise, you could be tempted to go for a MRF, which did not allow them to call it a muscle man, but you'll get a 50 on that. Sylvian was right behind him, but a little late on the buzzer. And Hari Haran will get a 50 and keep consolidating his position. As we go to the next one, from the world of fashion coming up on your screen now. It's a fashion brand that was launched way back in 1925 by Adele and Eduardo. It was a fur and leather shop that actually started in Rome. Which great brand is this? Shubham is taking a shot at it. Go ahead, Shubham, from the world of fashion.
Is it Fendi?
Is absolutely correct. He'll get himself a 50 on Fendi. From Rome to the world of fashion. That's an absolutely good answer from you. As we go on to the next one from the world of agriculture on your screens. Here it comes. Hari Haran, Sylvian, all going quick on the buzzer. Hari Haran is first out. Yes, Hari.
So I'll say Monsanto or Monsanto. Monsanto, yeah.
We'll give you another 50. Well, Sylvian, maybe you may want to change hands on the buzzer. I don't know if you're a left-hander or a right-hander, but I'm told on the mobile that makes a difference. So, well, he's buzzing every other question, but he's getting out-buzzed by Hari Haran. And, well, that gives him another 50. He's on 200. So Sylvian and Shubham will have a lot of work to do to catch up with him. As we go on to the next one from the world of retail on your screen now. It's an absolutely famous book, and Sylvian this time has buzzed fast. Yes, Sylvian?
Kishore Bayani of Future Retail.
Absolutely perfect. He'll get a 50, and he'll have to buzz at that speed, more importantly, than perhaps know the answers. As we're going to move to the next frontier of our battle here today, it's time for an industry scanner. Here it comes. We're going to start with the automobile industry with the first one coming up on your screens now. This lady's name is Miss Anderson. She patented something that has almost remained unchanged in the automobile world. All of us use her creation. Very few in the world know that it was a lady's imagination that solved an automobile problem. On your screen is the patent diagram of what she created. What is this that you would find on almost every automobile? Shubham is taking a shot at it. Go ahead.
It's automatic car window.
The automatic?
Car window.
What does that mean?
It is basically the system of automated up and down of the car window.
Oh, so it's the raising of the window or reducing of the window, lowering of the window on an automated manner. We'll give you a minus 50. The right answer, the problem with a lot of us is we accept the shape of the diagrams the way they appear. That is really where the trick is. This is actually the windscreen wiper. If you actually look at it the other way around, it still looks the same. It's the wiper that she created, and that gave us a solution. In all these rainy terrains that we live in, sometimes we don't quite acknowledge the contribution of Miss Anderson. All right, moving on to the next question here today, and that's coming from the engineering industry sector. On your screen, here it comes. While India celebrates Sir M. Visvesvaraya's birthday as Engineering Day, whose birthday is celebrated as Engineering Day in Sri Lanka and Tanzania? Shubham is off in a flash on the buzzer. Go ahead, Shubham. What do you have to say?
The answer is Moksha Gundam.
Mokshakundam Visvesvaraya. Well, he's got his own way of answering that, and he'll get a plus 50 on that. Well answered, Shubham. Absolutely right. Sir M. Visvesvaraya was a man who always looked beyond geography to contribute to engineering excellence. And in his memory and tribute, both Sri Lanka and Tanzania, like India, observe Engineers' Day as a tribute to Sir M. Visvesvaraya. Brilliant answer that. As we go on to the next one on your screens, hands on the buzzer, here it comes. From the world of gaming, this is a dog which is worth millions because it's a stakeholder in a great gaming company. The actual owner of this dog made it the iconic mascot of his company. All you got to tell me is the name of the dog or the company. Oh my God. I can understand you not knowing the Illustrated Weekly, but at your age, I would believe gaming is something you guys should know. No
So is it
one
Zynga?
going on the buzzer. Oh, Shubham's going for it, followed by Sylvian, but Shubham's outbeaten him. Yes, Shubham
Is it Zynga?
is correct. Oh, Zynga not letting him down, and that gets Shubham also to where he started this quiz. But these guys will need at least 3 or 4 answers to catch up with Hari. Hari is playing sensibly now. He knows 200 is a huge lead to have in a quiz like this. So he's actually playing it very smartly, and we're well into round 3. As we go on to the final question in this round, on your screens, from the world of defense, here it comes. It's a famous entity and an iconic logo. Sylvian is going for it from the world of defense. Extremely popular in India. Go ahead, Sylvian.
Is this Beretta?
Beretta as in the gun.
Gun.
Well, Beretta would be very popular in the country you currently are in. But in India, come every election, another defense company comes into the news. The answer
Bofors.
is the one and only Bofors. You are absolutely right, but you don't get the marks for it because you should have got that a little earlier. The Bofors gun has won us many a battle and has affected many an election in this country. Well, that's the power of Bofors. But you know what? I'm going to take a very quick break. And on the other side, I'm going to show you guys where these 3 contestants stand on the industry quotient before we move on to the next frontier. Back in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This quiz is getting tighter and tighter. And I tell you what, Hari Haran from Coimbatore is still holding on to that lead, but here's the industry quotient appearing on your screen now. On minus 50 is Sylvian. He's been trying actually to outbeat the others on the buzzer, but he'll got to do a lot more to get moving. On 100 is Shubham from Tap Me from Manipal. He's in striking distance from Hari Haran. But 100 difference can be quite a difference, as Hari Haran from Coimbatore Institute of Technology is looking good and solid on 200. As we move into the next frontier of our game here today, it's time for us to play the industry monitor. Here it comes. We're going to start with the first one coming up from the world of NGOs as an industry. And here's the question coming up on your screen now. This is a famous NGO in the educational sector, very prominent one, and Sylvian's giving it a shot. You got to unmute your mic, Sylvian. Yes, go ahead.
I think I'm getting it wrong. Is it CRY?
No, not CRY. Well, Sylvian, sitting in the United Kingdom, clearly seems to be rusty in quizzing currently. An outstanding quizzer during his geographically India days. But currently he's on a minus 100. The answer is Pratham, a very popular NGO which always brings out a lot of fantastic studies for all of us in the education sector. As we go to the next one, from the world of MBAs and MBA institutions across the world, on your screen, which institute gets its name from this great man? It's one of the most famous management institutes in the world. A great man. He gave a great fortune individually to establish a great university, which also then created a famous management institute. There's a lot of folklore on how he created that fund, but not necessarily all of it is true. There's a lot of literature that he was refused, perhaps even a proper conversation by another great university, and then decided to create one himself. If all of you agree, the clue is the United States of America. Not taking a chance. Huge university name. All right. No one wants a minus 50 at this stage. One big name as an answer. None trying. All right. Time for me to reveal the answer. Then the answer on your screen is the great Stanford, after whom Stanford University is named. Shubham probably had that at the back of his mind, but didn't want to take that risk. As we go to the next one, careful, think it through. From the world of pharma on your screen, here's the next one. What emerged out of this merger? A famous pharma company came into existence when Ciba-Geigy and Sandoz merged with each other, 1996. Absolutely famous pharma giant in the modern world. I think their name came, someone's gone for it, so I'll keep quiet. Shubham's buzzing, and I was just going to speak a little more. Go ahead, Shubham.
Is it Novartis?
Outstanding. Oh, Shubham, brilliant answer. He'll get that absolutely right and get a crucial 50. He's closing in on Hari Haran Sivakumar. This quiz is going to get interesting if he gets one more right, and we've got one more question coming. He's just got to be super quick on the buzzer. On the final one from the world of fitness on your screen. Here's the question. Hari Haran, Sylvian, in that order, not waiting for my question. Hari Haran, go ahead.
I'll say Fitbit.
Is it Fitbit? Well, he's got a little bit of a doubt in his mind as he asks me that one. It is Fitbit, and that takes him to 250 here today. So he's got that absolutely right, and he will go into the final round with a clear lead in this quiz. As we're progressing into the final frontier, which will be in the reverse sequence of where the teams stand, because we're going to have a rapid fire of 1 minute for each of our contestants. So we will be starting with Sylvian, then Shubham, and then Hariharan. So Hariharan clearly knows how much he needs to score in his set of questions to finally, if possible, win this quiz. He's on 250. And that's a good 50 to get on Fitbit, because that just gives him a little bit more oxygen. But all of that in the final frontier. We'll be back in just a moment to show you the scores. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching an absolutely riveting third semi-final at the YCC 2020 Industry Awareness Quiz. With us here today are contestants from Coimbatore, Manipal, and Sylvian from the United Kingdom. He will be playing the final frontier first as we move on to what we call Industry in a Minute. Here it comes. Well, before we start playing with Industry in a Minute with our three semi-finalists here today, this is something we at Grey Caps Knowledge Tribe have created, and it's called Just 1 Minute is What We Seek of Your Time. And it's a new app that we've launched called 1 Minute Learning. In fact, the URL is oneminlearning.com, and you can check on that if you're watching this quiz and download the app on Android. It's a beautiful app. All we request of you is 1 minute of your time every day, and we give you knowledge capsules that make you smarter and perhaps better communicators, because it's knowledge that actually enhances your ability to communicate. But all of that later as we quickly get on to Industry in a Minute. Contestants, the rules of this round. 1 minute of time for each of our contestants. 4 questions possibly in that 1 minute. The time taken by me to read the questions is included in the 1 minute of time. You get a plus 50 if you get it right, a minus 50 if you get it wrong. However, if you choose to pass a question and don't attempt it, then you do not get a minus 50. So be careful. If you're in doubt, you would rather pass than take a negative. Please note, even if you're left with time towards the end of the minute, you cannot go back to a question that you chose to pass. So once you pass, it's a pass. We're going to start with Sylvian, who's at the bottom of the table at this point in time. So Hari, by virtue of leading into the final round, has the knowledge of how much he needs to score to win the quiz, while Shubham will play before him and set the target for Hari. So, if we are ready, on your 1 minute of learning and answering, if we could put it that way, Sylvian from the United Kingdom, your time of 1 minute, starting now. Who is the only Indian businessman to have been given a Bharat Ratna? Only one businessman. You choose to pass.
Pass.
Which Indian has been named the WWF India Ambassador for Environment Education Programs? MS Dhoni or Vishwanathan Anand?
Vishwanathan Anand.
Is correct. What is popularly known as chakao in Manipur? The chili or the black rice?
Pass.
Final question for you. Which northeastern state appointed A.R. Rahman as its brand ambassador? You've got time. You're on the last question.
Is it Mizoram?
Well, it is Sikkim. You were in a hurry on the first one. I thought you would crack that. J.R.D. Tata, the only Indian businessman to get a Bharat Ratna so far. And Sylvian, therefore, will get a 50 and miss on a 50. So he scores nothing in the final frontier. Shubham certainly understanding the game as he watches the other one play out. And for him, his 60 seconds of time, Shubham Goyal from Tap Me Manipal. If you are ready, your 1 minute of time starting now. Managed by a company called Dakuna Communications, they bring out weekly topicals on roadside corners for which brand in India?
Pass.
It's called Weekly Topicals. The answer is Amul. Which country recently organized a face showing festival for spotted garden eels during the corona outbreak? China or Japan?
Japan.
Is correct. The 1 Minute Manager is a book authored by Spencer Johnson or Robin Sharma.
Spencer Johnson.
Is correct. Quaker and Tropicana are owned by which beverage giant? Quaker and Tropicana are owned by which beverage giant? You've got a good 15 seconds.
Whitfield.
Sorry?
Whitfield. Whitefield.
Whitfield is not right. The answer is Pepsi. Pepsi owns Quaker. Pepsi owns Tropicana. Well, that last minus 50 has actually put you on 200. So Hari will really have to play his game carefully. And, he would certainly want to play it extremely carefully, but he's got 4 questions. And let's see how he deals with his 4 questions. Hariharan Sivakumar, if you are ready, your 1 minute of time on the final frontier. Time starting now. Every Brute deodorant since 1965 carries a city name on it. Which city?
Pass.
You choose to pass. You'll never walk alone is a line found on which football club's logo?
Liverpool FC.
Is correct. Tiger, Crackers, Jim Jam are all brands from which company?
I'll pass.
You choose to pass. Bridgetal Nation is a book authored by Rupa Purushothaman and the chairman of a famous company. What's his name? Bridgetal Nation.
I'll pass.
Well, he's playing it super safe in the last round. He just didn't want to take any chances, I'm sure. On another day, he would have known N. Chandrasekharan of the Tatas on Bridgetal Nation as much as he would have cracked a Britannia on Jim Jam. Well, he passed that, and Paris is what you would find on every Brute deodorant as a name that probably was still a tricky one. Well, outstanding semi-final here. Wonderful to have someone like Sylvian joining us from the United Kingdom. It's not about what you do in a quiz, but it's, I think, passion for quizzing that makes people like him log in from wherever he is. I hope it's not an unearthly hour that we're getting you to be part of this shoot. Well, UK would still be morning hour, so you're still okay on that. Truly appreciate your presence, Sylvian, and wonderful to see you. Do take care wherever you are. Shubham Goyal putting up a fantastic fight here today. He'll probably turn around and tell himself, I should have buzzed a little earlier and not missed on something like Amul. But Hariharan Sivakumar being clinical, finishing this quiz with 300, as you can see now on your scoreboard. The final tally tells us that the young man from CIT Coimbatore will move in to the big final of this quiz, joining the other 2 who've qualified. We've got another semi-final to go, but that's coming up tomorrow, same time. You remember to tune in as we come to you with that semi-final with other contestants who will be lining up to find the 4th slot in the mega final. But till then, from me, Pickbrain, from all of us here at Team YCC, Ski Labelers, 1 Minute Learning and EDC, truly appreciate our 3 finalists and all of you who've tuned in to watch this remarkable series, all on a digital platform. Till we meet again, good evening and goodbye. Thank you for tuning in.